Welcome, everyone, to another review of It's New to Me. And now we are coming into that time of the season. That's right. Halloween is right around the corner. And if you've been in your local stores, grocery stores, big box stores, you will see that aisle right in the beginning of all that Halloween snackage, costumes, and whatnot. Well, I perused that aisle, and I saw a couple candies, and Pam got some, and I think it's time, before it comes, to give you people a sneak peek of some of these new Halloween seasonal snacks, candies, whatnot. And as always, I always appreciate your likes and your shares and your comments. It keeps the channel strong, keeps it, going forward into new reviews and everything else that goes on this channel. So always like, share, subscribe. It's always well appreciated. With that out of the way, let's bring out our next review item to review. Yep. It is that time again where all our fun snacks and our snack size candies are all decked out in their Halloween decorations. These are, of course, the snack size individually wrapped Kit Kat Counts. What does that say there? Crisp waffles in milk chocolate. When I say waffles, wafers. Get with the program. Crisp wafers in milk chocolate. And then this is the graphic. The graphic is a smiling, happy Count Dracula. And of course, enlarged for details. I'm trying to flatten it out. Enlarged for detail right there in the purple. You always have to put that. But, so, oh look, wait, I just noticed that the Count Dracula, his vest says Kit Kat on it. On his vest. On both sides. But he's a happy-go-lucky Count Dracula. And you got the haunted house, or his castle behind him, the moon and the bat. And you can't have a moon without a bat in any Halloween picture. It's like almost necessary. You got a jack-o'-lantern, some trees, and then the Count has bat wings on the O. Let's see what the back looks like. The back, it says, oh, that's pretty cool. Sink your teeth in. I added the And then these are the different packagings that they're individually wrapped. We will see them up close when we open the bag up. And the same house, same moon and bat, same jack-o'-lantern, and the creepy fence. So I think we've seen the majority of what this looks like. So now it's time to use our handy-dandy scissors and cut into them, or at least cut into this package to all the way up to reveal the other packages that are inside. Let's pierce them out. Alright, is that enough for different ones? Let's see. I can smell the Kit Kat from here. Okay, so those are the 3 different ones. We don't need to have them wore out. I'm not going to count them like I did with the Shack-olicious gummies. So let's put these right over there. And so let's see what these images on the packaging is. Because for the majority of this review, it's going to be mostly on aesthetics. Because the Kit Kat itself is going to taste like any old Kit Kat. So the main drawer on these are the packaging and the way they are shaped, because they're not shaped like a regular Kit Kat. They are shaped as Count Dracula's. So a lot of the imagery on the paper and on the plastic wrapping does look pretty, pretty detailed. Is it going to look that detailed when we take them out of the packaging? We're about to find that out. So this one is Count Dracula with the jack-o'-lanterns in the background and a black background. This one is the same Count Dracula, but with a skull and crossbone backing of the Count Dracula. And then this one, which I think is the most suited version of all the packaging, is Count Dracula with the moon and the bat. I, personally speaking, this one is my favorite packaging because it suits the image. My second would be the skull and crossbones, I would say, and then the jack-o'-lantern would be last. So, with that, we're going to open up the moon and bone background one. I mean, moon and bat background one. And let's see, first look. And it looks pretty darn good, to be honest. Holy cow. It says enlarged for detail. Maybe the back of inside of it was. But look, you even got his little V haircut right there. He's smiling away, happy. It says Kit Kat on the vest, as you can see right there. It says Kit Kat, which I think that is really pretty amazing. You got the skull, the buttons, his little shoes. That is a pretty darn good representation from the package to the candy. I mean, look, I'm going to do a comparison. There's the packaging. You got that glare. I hate that glare. And you got the, it looks almost spot on. Alright. Sorry, dude. You got to go. But it's so darn tasty. And as always, it is a regular Kit Kat. Maybe a little bit bigger because it is wider than a regular Kit Kat. So you are getting more of that wafer and chocolate. Because a regular Kit Kat would be just that narrow, 2 pieces. So you are getting a bigger piece of the wafer and chocolate. I personally am not a big Kit Kat fan. Not to say I don't eat Kit Kats. I have no problem with Kit Kats. I just ain't a big fan of them. So should we go for another one, or do you think one's good enough? Or should we go for a second, try and see if it looks the same? Alright, we go for a second one. Why not? We don't want to get one and be like, okay, that was just a fluke to get one that was that good. Nope. There's the second one, and it looks just as good as the first one. Actually, not so good. Look at that. This one was... He had a bad hair day or something on that one. But the rest looks pretty good. Except for his head got a little scuffed up there. But this is what you do when you have a bad hair day. That's what you do. For the taste, I would have to say it tastes just like a regular Kit Kat. If you like Kit Kats, you will most definitely like these. Especially if you like Kit Kats, because you're getting more of that wafer, more of that chocolate. You don't have to break it. There's no breaking them apart. So don't break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar. Not with these. For the ratings now, because now it's that ratings time as 1, not for me, to 5, meaning, yeah. As I finish up eating my second Kit Kat count, and at 6, being the coup de grace, the best gold star, I'm going to give Kit Kat counts. And this is purely on aesthetics. Taste, it tastes just like a Kit Kat, so I can't go on taste. I'm going to give these, for the way the packaging looks, the way they had the candy, the way it looked with the detail, I'm going to give these a 4. These are actually a 4 because the picture is exactly what it looks like on the packaging. No false advertising. Yes, it said for detail, and I'm thinking that enlarged for detail was the inside of the wafer picture on the packaging, not the actual image of the Count Dracula. So with that, definitely spot on. And if you like Kit Kats and you see these in your local store and they're not overly priced, give them a try out because you're getting more wafer, more chocolate for your buck. And as always, thank you all for watching and subscribing and leaving comments. It's all very nice. It helps the channel and keeps it thriving. And as always, like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you always know when a new video comes on this channel. And as always, take care, stay safe out there, and until we meet again, I'll see you all next time. Take care.